Hey everyone, shadowspeedy. I just want to say, hopefully everyone had a good Christmas, happy holidays, and hopefully everyone's having a good rest of 2025. I just want to give it an update into kind of what to expect for the streams, the channel, and all that stuff going into 2026. And I talked a little bit about it on the streams as of late. So this is like your official video of kind of the goals and plans for next year, for 2026. And kind of just to start off with kind of the grand idea or kind of what I'm going to be aiming for 2026. And then I'll kind of go into details of how we'll get there. So the plan that I'm going to try to do for next year, the goal I'm setting for myself is I want to try to start to do more content creation and just kind of doing more of that and seeing if it's actually something that could be viable as like something I could make a living off of. So the goal for 2026 is I want to see if I can try to make like part-time wage being able to do content creation. So I have a lot of things I want to try to do to try to get to that. And there's kind of a lot of reasons of why I want to do that, and I'll go out into a little bit more detail in the video, but that's kind of what the overarching goal for 2026 is, so that if I can actually hit that in 2026, 2027, I could potentially look into maybe doing it full time. So that's kind of where the goal is kind of looking at for 2026 and beyond. So kind of how I'm going to be getting there. With that, like there will be a lot of changes with the streams itself. Streams will be a lot more focused on a specific goal, if that makes sense. So I'm going to kind of put into streams into two groups. The first group is something I know most people enjoy the most, and that's going to be a lot more kind of chat integrated or kind of must-see live content. So this will focus a lot more on the streaming side. You can think of these kinds of streams and videos and stuff would be more of like chat-controlled Minecraft, stuff like that, using crowd control, things where there's a lot more interaction with me in chat and the gameplay that's happening. And you can kind of see where this is kind of going and what kind of content that would be geared towards, and why I say it's kind of must-see content live. Because watching VODs of these are a lot less interesting, if you can't actually interact with what's going on the stream. So I'm going to be making a lot more streams geared towards that. I know a lot of people enjoy those streams. That's what most people show up for. So with doing that, I'm going to try to find more time that people are around, so that we can get more people to be able to show up for those kind of streams. With all this, though, is I'm going to probably be removing a lot of streaming hours that I'm doing. Normally I'll do like 5, sometimes 6, 7, 8 hour streams. I'm going to probably be cutting it down to like 2 or 3 hour streams. So it's kind of cutting those streams in half to even a third of the length that I normally stream. That way I can kind of narrow it down to that group, so I can get that group of people, because I get a lot of people that will show up for the beginning and they can't make it for the end, or a lot of people can make it for the end but can't make it for the beginning. So I'm going to try to find the time where I can get the most people watching and then book streams for those streams for those time frames. Big reason why I'm also doing that is one thing I absolutely love doing, and anyone who knew me before I actually started streaming, is I enjoyed doing YouTube videos, doing Let's Play of YouTube videos or just general YouTube videos, whatever it may be. I enjoyed the recording and then doing editing and then posting it, doing the SEO, all that stuff. I really enjoyed doing that. The reason I started doing streaming is people wanted to watch me do it live. And I was like, sure, maybe in the future I'll try it. And they're like, no, like, please, can you stream this instead of just doing a video recording? And that's kind of how I started doing the streaming, was people wanted to see it live. They didn't want to watch a YouTube video. But I enjoy doing the YouTube videos, and I don't really get to do many YouTube videos anymore. I don't get to do the editing. I don't get to do the research and everything beforehand. So that's why I want to reduce the amount of streaming I'm doing, so I can put more focus on doing YouTube videos, because it's something I enjoy. And I've just kind of been getting burnt out because I haven't been able to do stuff I really enjoy doing. And that's kind of been a theme for 2025, is I wanted to start doing stuff I enjoyed more, but I ended up doing a lot less of it. The beginning of 2025, I was doing a lot more stuff that I enjoyed, and as the time went on, I did less and less of it. So for my mental sanity, I want to start doing some more stuff that I enjoy doing. But there's only just so much time in the day that you have. So that's part of the reason why I'm cutting down on the streaming hours, is I want to start doing more stuff I enjoy. And then that way, when I actually am doing streaming, it's something that I really, truly enjoy, and something I can actually put a lot more effort and enjoy it more when I'm streaming to you guys. So you can think of it as, yes, there's going to be less streaming hours, but the quality of those streaming hours is going to be way better than what it has been this last year. So that's the first kind of streams that we'll be doing, and there'll be about 1 to 2 of those streams a week. And then there'll be 1 to 2 streams a week of the other kind of content that I'm going to do. And that one's going to be a lot more just kind of Let's Play styled streams. These ones won't be as important to watch. Like, if you can't make them, that's okay. That's why they may be a lot more weird hours, or hours that people aren't around. And it's more just left for people that if they want to show up, they can show up. If they want to lurk and just get the extra channel points, they can lurk. It's not something that you have to show up for. But if you are one of those people that will watch whatever kind of content I put up, it gives you something to watch. And the reason why I'm doing that is there is a huge backlog of games I want to play. So I'd love to play those. And I keep getting requests from you guys with games that I should play. So I can look into those games and play those games. These streams, again, will be a lot more Let's Play. It'll be a lot more of me just focusing on the game, enjoying the game, and less looking at chat and whatnot. But the reason why I'm making those streams is I'm going to open up another YouTube channel in the future here, and it's going to be a Let's Play channel. And it's just going to be those streams, essentially the VODs of those streams, but I'll be doing some editing work to them. The idea is to try to get 2 of those videos out a week at the very least. And the idea is to take a 1-hour segment and split it into about 2 20-minute segments. So kind of each episode, that'd be 30 minutes, being able to cut out like 10 minutes of fluff, whether this be the BRBs or getting started soon. I can trim out all that, so it's just the gameplay. And I might do some other interesting edits to it and stuff like that. But that's the idea, is to have a Let's Play channel and have 2 of those videos coming out at least each week. It might be closer to 3 to 4, depending on the game, how often I stream, that kind of stuff. But about a 20-minute long video, between 10 to 20 minutes is about kind of what I'm going to be looking for episodes for that. And the idea of keeping it in that time range is it's long enough that it'll have enough substance to it for someone to watch. It's not going to just be over and done with within like 5 minutes. So it's got a little bit of time to it, but it's not so long that you can't watch the whole thing. Like the idea would be to watch this while you're making dinner, or if you're on your break at work, and you'll be able to watch it on your break at work before your break's done. So you can still watch the entire video in these kind of short segments, but they're still long enough that it's not just, a 5-minute video, that there's still some substance to it there. So that's going to be the idea for that. The reason why I wanted to do this Let's Play channel, again, kind of going back to the goal of wanting to make enough money that this could be considered a part-time job, is that YouTube makes way more money than Twitch. Like if you're making part-time money on YouTube, like if you make part-time money on Twitch, you'll definitely be making full-time on YouTube. I was looking at like ad numbers, and the amount of money I make on YouTube on one of my channels that's monetized, it gets probably about 100 views every 48 hours. It's about 100 to 110 views for every 48 hours. That channel, with just 5-minute long YouTube videos, makes more money in ad revenue in the month than my Twitch has made all of this year and then half of last year. So like 18 months, it's made the same amount of revenue that I've made on Twitch. And that's just kind of the way it goes. YouTube, you can make so much more money off of it. And the thing is with YouTube as well is it's all ad revenue. So it's not money that I'm asking from you, the community, to give to me. It's just passive income that essentially other companies and businesses are paying for, and I don't have to ask for you. And it's going to be a lot more consistent than asking money from you, in the form of bits, subs, PayPal donations, whatever it may be. I don't want to rely on that kind of money because it should always be your top priority, should be you. And especially with how the economy is and stuff nowadays, and the rising costs of everything else, I don't want people to feel pressured to continue a sub on Twitch over their well-being, and vice versa. If people are doing that, I don't want to be in a position where I can't support myself anymore because people aren't subbing. So I want to be able to kind of keep those a little bit separate from what would be part-time money kind of thing, because I don't want to rely on those numbers, because those numbers could dry up at any time, because I don't want to be asking you guys for money. I'd rather make it some other way. There might be other ways that I could be making some money. I've had a lot of offers, believe it or not, for some sponsored segments in my streams. As you can probably tell by the amount of sponsored streams I've done, I haven't accepted any of them. And I've always gone with the idea that this is a hobby for me. And the only time I take a sponsored deal is if it's something I'm already actively promoting already. I just essentially make them into a sponsored segment. It has to be something that makes sense for both the company that I'm representing and for you, the viewer. If I don't see that it's going to provide a good value to you, the viewer, I don't take any kind of sponsorship offers or anything like that. But with this change, I might now start taking some of these sponsorship offers, but it still would have to be something that works well for both you, myself, and the company that's I'd be doing the sponsorship with. So don't feel like it's going to be necessarily a sellout. I'm taking a sponsorship for something that I don't already actively use and that I'm not actively putting in my opinion on it. But those might come up during the year, in the next year or two. As of right now, still haven't found any that I would take. But I just wanted to be, forthcoming with you that if something does come up, I might be more willing to look at now than I was last year. Because again, this would kind of be going into the equation of, would this be something that I could actually do as like a part-time job? And when you have to take a part-time job, sometimes you have to take those sponsorships. And if they do come up, I hope that people look into it. Not saying necessarily you have to go and buy whatever the sponsorship's for or anything, but hopefully that you're not going to have that negative thought process when they do show up, because the reason why they're showing up is it's already something I believe in, and it's something that I've vetted and I feel like could be beneficial for you as well. So just wanted to get ahead of that in the event something like that comes up. Again, might not come up at all this year. But if it does come up, then that's why. And then, like I said, the other thing is as well is I've talked about, I just haven't been doing stuff I won't like, or, stuff that's really motivated me over the last year. So there's a lot of personal stuff, life stuff that I'm not going to go over in this video that I wanted to do. Friends and family may know some of the stuff, but there's other things in life that I wanted to do that I haven't had a chance to really be able to do or anything. So I want to make more time for myself and just my mental health, my mental well-being. So that's another reason why I'm going to be doing less streams, is I want to take care of myself a little bit more and the people around me. So that's the other reason why you'll probably see less streams this year than you have last year. But like I said, the biggest takeaway with all this is, yes, there's going to be less streaming, less hours streams, but hopefully there'll be just as much content, and the content that does come out will be of a much higher quality than what you've seen over the last year. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that I've been working on behind the scenes. I've talked to some people as well about what they want to see in the streams. So I think everyone's going to be a lot happier with the streams and the quality of the streams. I'm hoping that they're going to be a lot higher quality, and we're going to get a lot more people in the streams. So like I said, if you're here for just the stream stuff, that will, that's going to be the big change for the year. But YouTube channel, you'll see a lot more YouTube content. A brand new channel is going to be coming out, and I really hope that everyone enjoys that and continues to support me. And like I said, hopefully this time next year I can say I'm making enough money that this would be a part-time job, not enough to be able to make a living off of, but at least it's a part-time job, and potentially this time next year we can be talking about maybe doing this full-time. And then of course, if we're doing this full-time, I'll probably be doubling, if not tripling, streams, YouTube videos, all that stuff. So we'll see what next year brings. And appreciate everyone's love and support over the last, I don't know, what's it been, like 5 years now that I've been doing all the streaming stuff. I really do appreciate it, and hopefully I continue to see you around on the streams, if not here on the YouTube videos. And like I said, appreciate all the love and support I've got over all this time. I wouldn't be doing this still if I didn't get all that love and support from you. So thank you, everyone. See you in 2026.